We're live. We need to adjust the camera a bit. There we go. Hi, everybody. We're going to give a few minutes for everybody to come in. We are live today. It is Independence Day here in the United States.
And we're celebrating the 4th of July.
4th of July.
They have that in Great Britain, too.
They have the 4th of July all over the world.
Well, that's what they do between the 3rd and the 5th.
They just don't always have American Independence Day.
I know.
Guys, see what I got to live with? Hey, Ed, happy Independence Day.
All right, we got 3 people in here.
Are you on your way home yet, Ed? Are you still hanging out at the 4.41.36? I always get it wrong. Can't do numbers, Ed. I'm sorry. I'm dyslexic. Everything just gets all jumbled up.
I do think it's really cool that they appreciate getting to own land to the point that they call it the acreage it is. That's cool. Especially when I heard Melanie explain that coming from a city dweller, a person that's always lived in town, kind of from her perspective. I thought that was pretty cool.
Lazy days ahead with Jess and Lisa. Happy 4th of July.
Ben's Over Acres. Well,
hello, Ben's Over Acres.
Happy Independence Day, guys.
Hello. Oh, I'm sorry, Ed. We didn't either. So
I thought I saw him live from.
I did too, but I guess I got. I'm sorry.
We saw you doing some lives this weekend. We kind of thought that's what was going on, but sorry about that. Yeah. So Ed, I hope everything's going well. Hope Ben's Over Acres. I hope everything's going well for you too. And Lazy Days with Jess and Lisa. Guys, it's a nice 4th of July. Mm-hmm. We had a good church service this morning. Preaching was amazing. I'm joking. Preacher was mediocre.
He doesn't have a big head or anything. Hi, Lynn. Hey.
And we've already had homemade ice cream and homemade cherry pie.
Yes.
Hot cherry pie and cold ice cream. It's pretty good.
It was really good. Oh, trying to get your watch hours in. Okay, awesome.
And you did get
awesome.
Right.
Yay. Good job, Ed. Congratulations. That's fabulous. We're still a ways for our watch time.
Yep.
So
I've been working on ours too. But
yeah. We're just.
I guess if we were where we had more phone reception, we could do more live.
Yes.
That might help.
Yeah. Hi, MT. How are y'all?
Yeah. Good to see y'all. And church and harness racing.
Right. Cool.
I watched a harness race once when I was a little kid. And that'd be cool to watch. That'd be awesome.
Cool. Sorry, my phone's blowing up over here.
Fair I was at that I watched harness racing.
Good. I'm glad y'all are doing good. Good.
I bet it's hot in McAlester, Oklahoma.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a little bit. We've had a week.
Yeah.
Been busy. Even busy without a garden.
Some of our work this week has been getting all of that kind of squared away. We've been dealing with the Department of Agriculture and with the spray company owner. Mm-hmm. And I think that's going to end up being okay.
Yeah.
They're going to compensate us.
I think the spray company, I believe they're going to. So Jess and Lisa, we're answering that. It looks like they're going to compensate it. KDA could care less, really, honestly. We were a little disappointed.
Not even trying to help us at all.
No, there was a little bit of knowledge he had for us, but not really anything that we hadn't heard, just more confirmation of that we shouldn't garden this year in the ground anyway.
So we're kind of trying to decide what direction to go for a little while.
Yes, Jess and Lisa, many prayers answered. Yeah, we are still. Mm-hmm. So now we get to decide what we want to do with ourselves. So, as you guys know, I'm a huge canner, and I'm feeling better. If you hadn't seen the video where Robertsons came and helped us get ready to put in and I call it my pool. It's a stock tank.
It's our water catchment.
It's a water catchment system, and I'm swimming in it. But anyway, Gary and I were, as Troy from Bar Run Forge would say, we are stupid blessed. Yes, all of us are, truly. No matter what we go through, there's always a blessing. We just have to look for it.
Just the fact that the God of creation would come live on this earth and died for our sins and rise again from the dead to give us a redemption and a relationship with Him. We're blessed.
Yeah. Benzo Acres says they have the races 14 miles from them.
Oh, cool.
He trained horses to drive and ride for 23 years.
Awesome.
That's awesome. I'm assuming Benzo Acres that you were male. I hope that I am correct in that. I'm so sorry. I am not very good at learning names or remembering them. But anyway, so back to the homestead. So Gary and I hauled gravel in. I got to finish that video today and get it uploaded tomorrow. Yes, water catchment pool. And got to get that uploaded. And so we got it done. And I got to plant some flowers. We hauled in some dirt.
Lazy days. I'm a huge eater of what gets canned, especially corn product.
Yes. So
I don't know how to take the corn products thing, but we like corn on the cob and whole corn. Yes.
I don't like the canned corn. I usually just freeze it.
We usually freeze corn on the cob.
But yeah.
You have canned some.
I have
corn.
I have canned corn.
And
we like a lot of dried corn for our own cornmeal.
Dry our own cornmeal.
Not this year. We're going to be out of cornmeal this year. I have to buy it. I ran out this year and had to buy I bought about 2 pounds of cornmeal. And I
had some we hadn't ground that was hanging on the porch. And so they got some overspray. So we can't
use
anything
that got overspray, which is our whole place. Our whole place got overspray. So I can't harvest garlic. I think I'm just going to leave it in the ground and see what comes up next year. They say it should metabolize.
Okay. Benzo Acres is female.
Her name's Barb. Good, Barb.
You may have told us that before and we've forgotten it.
I need a notebook.
Yes, we do.
Barb. Nice to meet you, Barb. Cool. I'll meet you. You've been commenting and following us for a long time now. I feel guilty. I'm so sorry, Barb. But anyway, yeah. Broken camera. I took the broken camera to the shop this week.
Yeah, our camera got blown over in the Kansas wind, and
can't imagine that. So the camera is.
See if they can fix it, but it's probably smoke.
So I bought a really nice used camera. Is what I had. I had a Lumix G7. I think it's what it's called, Lumix G7. And
when we first started doing this, she was using her phone the first few weeks. And then we got to spend some time around Kevin and Sarah at Living Traditions. Yes. And I just asked him kind of what camera that. And we bought something that like it, but a little better. And so.
Happen to have a used one.
And we've loved our camera.
We have. So we'll be looking at. Oh, bless your heart. Jess and Lisa are from the hottest Hades, Houston, Texas.
Oh, my goodness. I'm sorry.
Oh, Texans, we're so sorry. No, I'm kidding. We're originally Okies, so if you don't know about the Red River rivalry that has been going on for years and years and years, I think they've actually established a border and no longer trust the river. But
I've been in Houston or been near Houston, even some in the warmer months, and you can see the heat in Houston.
Yes.
That's gross. Just it.
So
we're from Oklahoma. We're pretty hot there too. And Kansas, I guarantee you, the Flint Hills. If you can't handle hot and cold, don't spend time in Kansas.
Lynn says her son is in Houston visiting family. It's hot down there. So I have family close to Houston. They're actually close to Beaumont. I have family down close to Beaumont. Not far from just lost her name. Oh well, it'll come around.
We'll play this game off.
We're having the I'm having a moment game.
It's all right. We both do it.
Yes.
We both do it.
Oh gosh, I lost her name. I can see her face.
Crystal's Garden.
Yes, Crystal's Gardens. Yeah, they're not far from Crystal. Someday I'm hoping I get to go down and visit them and Crystal. That'd be so fun because they're just a few minutes apart. But anyway, so growing up, my grandparents on my mother's side lived on Lake Livingston, north of Houston a ways. But anyway, so I grew up going down there to the Piney Woods, and yeah.
We got the water catchment all set up this week.
We did.
And filled it full of water.
We swam yesterday.
And we're watering out of it now, and hopefully we'll get some rain.
Yeah.
I was working on it during the rain and got it finished, and it hadn't rained. So.
It's so hot, the mosquitoes fly north for the summer. I believe you. We have some friends in Alaska, and their mosquitoes are pretty big. They'll carry you off. Hey, Drops is in the house. Hello, Drops. Yeah. Mike and Terry got to go out to the 41.36 this weekend.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys got to do that.
We are hoping, Barb. We're praying that it appears that's what's going to happen, that we'll get some compensation. And we kind of just like in limbo, what are we going to do?
We're thinking that definitely some infrastructure building and stuff like that, which takes a lot of time.
So typically my summer focus is on food growth and preservation. Lynn says those mosquitoes stopped in Oklahoma on their way north, and they were huge. So Lynn is in my near the stomping grounds where I grew up. She gets to deal with my family, bless her heart.
Lynn, I've been down on the Cimarron.
Yes.
And seen mosquitoes with landing lights.
He's a mess.
And they even got stewardesses on some of those mosquitoes. They're so big.
Oh man! So I grew up not far from, just a couple miles off the Cimarron River, and it was actually east of me and north of me. So because it been towards the town, so it was kind of cool.
Yeah, it's kind of all over.
It just winds around all over the place. But so yeah, I can't remember. I had a thought. I was going somewhere.
So we're talking about maybe doing a little day tripping since we got some time. We're talking about spending more effort on infrastructure, which we really need. Sometimes we have to work a lot harder because we don't have some infrastructure in place.
They may be big, but those mosquitoes in Georgia are small and silver and black, and they give you one heck of an itchy bite. Oh my goodness. Oh. Might be a good time to rearrange the sock drawers. Well, I've been thinking about that too. I've been thinking about going through the house and kind of purging a little bit because, so when we moved from Wyoming, when we moved from Oklahoma, from our farmhouse on the near the Cimarron River, we couldn't get away from that river, and near Cushing, when we moved from the farmhouse on Kings Highway to Wyoming, we downsized quite a bit. And then moving from Wyoming to Kansas, we downsized, not as near as drastic. I got to bring more stuff. And
then we filled that house up.
Yeah. And then so we had an 1,800 square feet house, which was comparable to what we had in Wyoming. We filled it up, and then we downsized to the trailer house. And since I wasn't moving as far, I really didn't purge. And I still need to purge. I really, really do need to purge. It's crazy. And if nothing else, I mean, it comes at a bad time because year before last, we did a pantry clean out, and I didn't can as much. And we shared it and sold it at the farmer's market and did whatever else with the produce. And I didn't can as much so that we do a pantry clean out, and then we started over last year. And so now I'm kind of short because typically I'll have 2 or 3 years worth of stuff, and I didn't this time, so I wasn't prepared for a disaster, and I should have been, but it's okay. We put when we put some big tubs, lick tubs around the pool. And I planted some flowers this week. Gary helped me plant flowers.
Two tomatoes.
Two tomatoes.
Sweet potatoes.
Some sweet potatoes. I put the sweet potatoes that Rachel Robertson brought me from Robertson's Valley Acres. She brought me some sweet potatoes. I put them in the lick tubs with the flowers. I thought, hey, we'll put them there since we're having to have everything out of the ground.
It's really pretty to put empalillas in those tubs, and empalilla is an ornamental sweet potato, and we thought we'll just put actual sweet potatoes.
Yeah, the actual sweet potatoes in there.
And that's mostly for the bees to have a little bit of something to get a hold of. There are some things starting to bloom again.
Yes, we having some stuff come back.
There's not a lot for the bees right now.
No, it killed a lot. They killed a lot of the wildflowers for over a mile. Well, they sprayed the mile section to the west of us, the whole section. Then the mile section west of that got sprayed a week later. And so the drift took care of the part of the mile section to the north and west of us, and then it took care of most of our mile section that we're on, and the one that's to the north and east, on just north of us, it took care of part of it too. Yes, Jess and Lisa are saying, hey, smash that bell button. Thank you, guys. How far away are we from MT Homestead? Mike Knight need a little help moving the North 40, mowing the North 40. We are probably from McAllister, 4 to 5 hours.
Yeah, quite a ways.
We're 4 to 5 hours from McAllister. We could get on 75. It'd take us time, but we could get there.
We've got plenty to do. We're just trying to figure out how to prioritize.
Right. How to prioritize.
For those of you guys that are looking for more for us to do, we've got plenty to do, prioritizing. We think that maybe getting our infrastructure built up is the way to prioritize that. There's a lot of projects on the homestead, so if anybody else is not close to Mike and wants a project to help with, I've got work for you.
Mike needs help too. Drops. We are very much reminded of Joseph. Very much so. Yeah, and we thought we would, we prepare, and you prepare as best you can, but you just, I don't know. And
we're not without.
No. Gary's job and neighbors and stuff, we'll be fine. We're not going to starve by any means at all. And we're putting in lick tubs. We're going to grow a little bit. It's not going to be like a big, huge. Hi, Marcia. It's not going to be a big, huge deal. And we've got friends that are going on vacations and stuff, and they're saying, hey, come take care of my garden and take produce home with you. And so there'll be produce for us. I'm not sure. I did purchase a bushel of green beans. A friend of ours likes to go over to Missouri and go to some market farms. And he picked up me a bushel of green beans, and we processed those. We got 16 quarts. We did a green bean casserole, and we had green beans, new potatoes, and onions. And I've been, yes, Lynn, it takes a village. And I've been trading at the farmer's market with the other vendors, eggs, and been purchasing at the farmer's market, not in huge quantities, but just enough for us to get by. And I do have some canned goods left.
We have, we've been struggling with some health stuff, and we've been talking about carnivore diet.
Yeah.
Because we have milk and eggs and meat and all that you could want. Still sick of green beans from last year.
My Hannah would be right there with you, except for she asked for green bean casserole.
She doesn't like green beans, but she likes green bean casserole.
She likes green bean casserole. So we made her a green bean casserole. She likes green beans and new potatoes with ham hock and onions in it. She likes that. So
she was off for a while out of college.
Yes.
And Cindy went to pick her up, and when she brought her home, I went and thawed out some steaks.
Yep.
And Cindy on the way home said, what would you like to eat? And she said, not steak. Not green beans, not greens, and not squash.
Yep. I think we burned her out a little bit.
The Delightful Cottage.
The
I'm glad you caught us live.
Hello.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. Everybody's coming in today. That's awesome. Oh.
Fried green beans, yeah.
Fried green beans, yum. Those are good.
So I've eaten fried green beans several different ways. Like stir-fried green beans, those are good. And then I've eaten them where they were fried with like bacon, kind of skillet mess. Yeah. We've done that.
Battered and deep fat.
Battered and deep fried them, yes.
Willis likes them fried. And Barb can eat them every day. Barb at Ben's Over Acres can eat them every day.
And onions.
Onions with bacon. Yep. Green beans. Yep. Around here it's peas. People eat shell peas that way. Like green peas with new potatoes and ham, hock, and onion. I don't know.
I've eaten that a few times. It is good. I like them both. Green beans.
Fried green beans are awesome.
Being from northeastern Oklahoma, green beans and new potatoes is kind of a traditional spring meal. And we both like that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, it's just, I don't know. And, yeah, we thought we might take a day trip here or there. Peas and corn, yummy, yummy. Yep. Well, no corn and no peas for us. It's too late for peas now to replant peas.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. If in a seed swap got Cargill's red corn or Grandpa Cargill's okra, please save some of those seeds for me this spring so that I can plant them next year. I'm losing all the plants I got planted, and that was all my Grandpa Cargill okra seed, and that's very important to me. I've got a little red corn seed left, which is a seed I'm developing that needed to go another few years. So if you save seed off of that, for me, I would appreciate it if you save seed off of that is red, off an ear that is all red, preferably a long, big ear that is all red.
He's not asking much.
Well, I'm just asking you to do what I would do.
Oh no. Lynn lost her squash to vine borers, and squash bugs are going crazy. I'm so sorry, Lynn.
So
a Midwest meal: meat, potatoes, and green bean corn. Yep. Gotta have cornbread. Yes, Willis. Gotta have cornbread. You have them with pinto beans and ham hock.
Lynn, my dad has had some success planting sweet potatoes near his squash to get the squash bugs off. And vine borers too. You can also cut open and pull out vine borers, which Robertson's did a pretty funny video on a couple years ago.
After I told him what to do, yeah. She was like, "Oh, we're gonna do surgery on the squash."
Drops has got a lot of chard.
Oh, Drops got chard. We had chard go to seed, Drops, and we were saving our seed. We can't save the seed. It's likely not going to be, since it was. The seed is likely to be dormant now.
Cornbread, pinto beans, greens, and cornbread. Yes. That's all you need.
Yeah, that's all you need. Mashed taters, cornbread, and corn on the cob.
Tell you a spring meal that
corn on the cob.
I ate some growing up, and that we have eaten some, but we haven't had in a while. Fried bluegill and greens.
Fajitas with corn tortillas. Yum, yum. Yes. Yes. We were really looking forward to trying to make our own corn tortillas. And that's all.
Chicken and dumplings with cornbread. So are you making cornbread dumplings in the chicken?
No. She's making they're making the chicken and dumplings, and then you have cornbread on the side. You put it together. Okay. Or not she. I'm so sorry, Drops. But yeah, have cornbread. He.
Yeah, that's a lot of bread. And that wasn't Drops that said that.
Oh, what Drops? I'm sorry.
That was Lazy Days with Jess and Lisa.
Oh, sorry, guys. Oh, here it is. Drops is making charred ribs and cornbread for dinner. Everybody's having cornbread. Pinto beans, greens, and cornbread. That's all you need. Yep. Happy Independence Day, Simple Grower. Thanks for coming in. Lynn says she remembers that.
Marcia, you'll get there. You'll get some squash.
Yeah.
Actually, you're probably better off, guys, if you planted your squash in the last couple of weeks or in the next couple of weeks. You can kind of avoid squash bugs Lynn, that might be a plan for you. Just rip it out and give it a couple of weeks and plant some for your fall crop.
Yeah.
And you can kind of avoid squash bugs by planting later in the summer.
You can also make a trap for your squash. So you take a long neck beer bottle and bury it and leave about an inch of the neck up, but mark it so you don't lose it and hit it with the tiller when you're tilling. Anyway, and then
you gotta be careful what kind of beer you do it with, because if you do it with natural light, the squash bugs will keep you up all night working on their old beater Ford trucks.
But yeah, put a little bit of beer in there. They crawl in there and they drown. And you can just pull the bottle and change it and bury it back if you need to, if it gets full. Or if it rains, dump it out and put some more beer in there. Got a bunch of leaves for chard over a foot long. Wow, that's awesome. Ham hocks and those beans. Yes, yes. Simple Grower needs ham hocks in their beans.
Lynn, the sweet potatoes, my dad would plant like a hill of squash and then a sweet potato plant, a hill of squash and then a sweet potato plant.
So in your tubs, put a sweet potato plant, or I can't remember. Maybe you had your squash. You had your squash in your raised beds. Plant a sweet potato plant next to the squash, probably about a foot or two away, closer to 2 feet away from the squash.
Kansas Misfit, you may have heard me say it before, but one of the go back and watch our video on why we butcher. Mm-hmm. That might help you to get your mind wrapped around it. Mm-hmm. I know you believe in Jesus and believe he died for your sin. And when you take an animal's life, it is a very stark, very good reminder of what Jesus has done for you, how his blood was shed to give you life. And the animal's life, its blood is shed to give you life. And so maybe if you look at it in a very respectful, spiritual way, it'll help you with that some. It is difficult to take a life, no doubt about it.
With that many birds, you can still scald and pluck. But if you don't want to scald and pluck, skinning is a good option.
Yeah, skinning's easy.
And then you don't have to even have a scalding bucket or scalding pail pot. Love Great Northerns with cornbread and onion.
Yeah.
Yep. Willis, yep.
Put diatomaceous earth, replant in a few days.
I think that's a good idea, Lynn. Good idea. Catfish with deep fried cornbread, hush puppies. Hungry and thirsty for a beer. Horseradish planted with potatoes. Carrot, most of the pests. Cool, Drops. That's an awesome hint. Thank you. I have horseradish, but I have it in my herb bed.
And I'm going to tell you that horseradish might fend off a lot of things, but it will not fend off Remedy and 2,4-D. It killed some of it better than a hammer.
Yeah. It was awful. But they're testing to make sure, because when the guy from the spray company came, he was his secretary had told him that it was Tordon, which is bad. That's a tree killer. That's what you put on stumps to kill them, what you spray brush to kill it with. And if it was that, we'll know whenever the tests come back from the plant samples they took. If it did,
Lazy Days, what kind of squash are you grilling? And a 16-ounce ribeye is better than a 10-ounce.
Oh yeah. Simple Grower smoked ham hocks just for their beans. Yes. We have not smoked our own meat in a long time.
I cured some of my own meat, but I haven't actually smoked it in a while.
Yeah. I think I'm missing some of the chat. Oh.
Squash that.
Marcia needs help doing it. It's what she's asking. Where's your son-in-law?
Yeah. Watch some videos, Marcia. Yeah. That might help.
Yeah.
I'm not sure we can get there to help you right now, but 2 old people on the couch. Hey.
Hello.
Nacho chips with a good corn
relish. Yeah.
Corn much?
Corn much. We are on a corn. Oh, Drops plants horseradish between his potato plants. Mm-hmm. And Marcia's saying hello. Okay. He digs them up. Drops digs up the horseradish the next year and plants them with potatoes for the next year, 2-in-1 crop harvest.
I used a little Chief Smoker in Wyoming.
Yeah.
I made antelope bacon.
Mm-hmm.
Like basically took an antelope backstrap and cured it like bacon and smoked it. It was good. We smoked some fish. We smoked some different things in that little Chief Smoker. It was good. Just belonged to a friend and we used it for a while.
Butternut squash or zucchini squash. Yeah, we have some butternut left over from last year.
I like butternut grilled. I think it's very good. I like really zucchini grilled too.
Oh, see ya, Willis. Have fun at the fireworks. We got a few hours before we're going to get fireworks.
Coho salmon.
Ooh, cool. Simple Gross's antelope. I'm jelly. Yeah, we thought about taking off to Wyoming and going and visit. So we've been once in the 10 years that we've been in Kansas. The first year we were gone. Second year. I can't remember. Within the first 2 or 3 years we went out and visited, but we haven't gotten to go visit. We'd really like to go. Simple Growers in the Pacific Northwest.
I gathered that from the cohort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We flew into Seattle once and stayed pretty much at the hotel that was next to the airport, and then flew back out. Our buddy that was going to take us up Mount Rainier was having one of our weeks. I think everything broke down but the motorcycle.
So he came and visited us at the motel.
Yeah, we are at the hotel. We just went out and ate. Oh.
Yeah, I like those squashes too.
Hubbard's, yeah, I like squash.
We had a Sweet Fall, Nebraska squash that we liked we had it growing. We had some Cherokee Tan pumpkins. We had Georgia Candy Roasters going this summer, but none of that's going to play out. So,
Justin Lisa says, can't forget that E85 corn gas for the vehicles. They say yum yum too. So we don't see that much here. No, where we're at. And so when I was traveling back and forth, I was headed to Kansas City to visit the kids, and there is and on the interstate at Waverly, the new Casey's they built there, they got E85 gas, and I'm looking at that going,
there's a plant not far from there that makes it.
But I was looking at it and I was going, man, that stuff's cheap. But then it's like, don't put in this vehicle, don't put in that vehicle. I'm like, okay, I'm just putting in regular gas. And my poor little old Subaru, she might die if I put E85 in her. Oh, running in record Oh,
yeah,
that's cool. And pink salmon.
I would love to go fishing.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be amazing.
Okay, that's it. Hannah gets off work tonight. Let's go pack up. We're going. Let's find somebody to milk the cow and feed the pigs. Eastern Washington near Spokane. Cool. So that's where Drop's at.
That's Oregon.
Oregon. Ethanol mandates being dropped. Well,
fishing for coho. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I wish I could get away. I made it a habit of telling people I put them on the list.
Yeah.
So there's a never-ending list.
There's a never-ending list. So,
I got people that want me to work on their stuff.
I think your brother would be upset if we took off. He'd be like, hey, I need you. He's been putting his brother off.
Our taking off might be to the Ozarks.
That's probably what's going to happen.
And let you spend the day around the camp while I work somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, corn crop is getting squeezed. Less than 12% of corn is actually being eaten by people. Yep, drops. We see that most of it here. Most of the corn crop here
goes to beef.
In our area, they just grind it for silage. It goes in for silage.
Even if it ripens off, we grind it in feed.
Goes into feed.
Now, we aren't terribly far from an E85 plant, from an ethanol plant.
Right.
And so a lot of that distillers comes back.
Yep.
And gets fed and gets put into silage pits for a protein additive, or it gets ground into feed. We fed some brewer's grain, which isn't corn.
Right.
But we've also used some DDG, dried distillers grain, as a feed additive. Yep, it's definitely a big product right now, and I don't know what the crop's going to do this year. The weather's been kind of weird.
Yeah, we've been wet, and then we were extremely wet and cold, and then we were dry for like 4 or 5 weeks. We didn't get any rain, and hot. Like we got July weather in early June, and then we got lots and lots of rain again. And so I don't know, but our garden was looking great before it got some
we are in the part of Kansas where most corn is not irrigated. It's dryland corn. So.
Most corn in Wisconsin was feed too. Yeah, waste from distillers is used for pigs. Yeah.
They use it to feed cattle here too.
Mm-hmm. Makes those taste better. Yes, it does. Finishing them on grain really does.
We like grass-fed grain finish. That's the way we like beef.
Yes, the chickens will eat it too. We did that. Yeah.
I found that if you're feeding wet distillers or wet brewers, that if you'll leave it in a bucket and let some flies lay some maggots in it, chickens like it even better.
Yep. All right, Simple Grower's going to be doing more fishing videos. Yay. Salmon. They're going to mahi and sailfish in a week. Lots of videos of those adventures. Yes, please do. And in our evenings, when we get to sit down and watch videos, we'll do our best to try to watch those. We get limited. Our time is evenings usually. Sometimes I get a little bit in the morning.
Yeah, it's not.
But it's not
a lot of time.
Yeah,
either.
If Gary wakes up early, like I say before 5:30, he'll put in headphones and watch some videos sometimes. I'll remember that on my first run of MASH. Yeah.
Yeah. And I've kind of thought that's what somebody was talking about earlier.
Yes.
So they use lots of corn products.
Yes. Oh.
I'd really like to raise some beef. I have 2-acre pastures out of that. This is what I would do if I had 2 acres. I don't know what else you're pasturing, but I would buy something pretty good size already. I would buy a thinner 3 or 4 year old cow that wasn't carrying a calf. I would buy a big Jersey steer or something, big old Hereford that's kind of limping or doesn't look quite right, something like that. And then I would put it on the 2 acres and finish it. I wouldn't try to raise one from 300 pounds to 1,300 pounds. That's 2 years, and that's going to be a lot of hard weight on that's going to be a lot on your pasture. It's going to be a heavy load on your pasture. But finishing one for 60 or 90 days on your pasture, even if, you're not ones, I don't know what your grass is and what your conditions are, but most places, 2 acres, a calf in 90 days is pretty much going to have it grubbed down, but it won't kill your grass most likely. But in that 90 days, I'd let it eat all the grass it wanted, and I'd feed it good, and I'd finish it in 90 days.
So also you can check with your ag extension to see what your ratio is.
Your grazing rate.
Grazing ratio is. Yeah.
Where Simple Grower, you're in the Northwest, Pacific Northwest. You might have a 2 acre per calf. You might be able to do okay with 1 calf on 2 acres. Depending on what your grass is, if you've got some kind of good coastal grass or something.
Drops bought a distiller, if nothing else, to distill water and vinegar. And Jess and Lisa says, "Is that MASH, the video TV show?" Or wink, wink. Yes, it's MASH, the TV show. Get a gimpy cow.
That's what I would do. And you can buy a cow, a grown cow that is, 3, 4, not much older than 5. I wouldn't get one much older than 5 that has lost her calf and kind of thin. You can bring her home and put weight on her really fast, like let her, because she's already gained all her frame. She's not going to grow frame, but you just feed her really good and heavy for quite a while. Feed her, like all the hay or grass she can eat, and 25 pounds a day, and just pour the feed to her. Put some weight on her, put fat on her, and when you have that process that you've really put the fat on her, you're going to love that meat. You go ahead, and a lot of butchers, if they're over 3 years old, they won't cut you a T-bone. You're going to get all rib eyes.
Right.
Nobody complains about rib eyes. And whoever told me earlier they had a 10-ounce rib eye, You do that with the right size cow, you can have 20-ounce ribeye.
Let's see. Simple Grower says grazing ratio ? Okay, good to know. Yes, grazing ratio will tell you how many cows per acre.
Actually, tell you usually
Cow calf.
places how many acres per cow.
Cow calf, yeah. So like
we've lived in places where it was 2. We live in a place now where it's 10. We lived in a place where it was 100.
Yes.
In the high desert of Wyoming.
It was 100 acres per cow calf pair.
Yep.
Oh, Camp Patton Family Compound. Hello. Just stopping in to say hi. Hi. Drop saying hi to Gil.
Yes, Drops, they did have them.
You have an auction? Good. If you're familiar with buying at auction, great. If you're not, find a neighbor, find a mentor to go with you and help you with that. Yes, get a weaning calf. Yep. A weaning calf is going to take you a long time to grow out, though.
Yeah, most calves when they're ready to butcher are about 18 months old. So if you're buying one,
you're buying one at wean, you're looking at a year. You buy a 400 or 500 pound calf.
If you've only got 2 acres and you have a calf on that grubbing it to nothing for a year, you're going to get hard on your grass.
Yeah, we wish we could graze a cow that was all ribeyes as well.
Me too. They'd sell a lot
amazing.
Better.
Oh, me. Camp Patton's saying hi to everybody.
We like pigs too, but they have their place. Beef is good too. We raise both.
Well, grazing acre, how much grass it grows per cow? Yeah, how much land you need per cow calf pair usually is what it gives you a ratio for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you can scale that back. If it's 3 acres per cow calf pair and you're just fattening one out, you can get by with 2 or 2.5. And at 2 acres, you're probably looking at buying a lot of hay and feed anyways.
So Drops is holler, but buy a pig, raise a pig.
But there's there is. I wouldn't want you to grab your ground into nothing and never get any grass back out of it. You can do that if you're not careful.
You sure can. Drops. That's why we started with pigs as well.
Yeah.
Hey, Broussards. Hello.
Yeah. Hey,
Broussards. Awesome.
Is this
hello.
Brett or Amy or all y'all?
Pathways less traveled. I'm not going to change my name. I'm not going to change my name. We're still on this homestead and pathway. It's just going to look different this year. And it's really, I'll tell you the truth.
We're still working our land. It's just not producing a garden.
It's producing cattle. It's producing milk. We
still got hogs.
Still got
chickens. Yeah. Layers.
Yep. Simple Grower's got a friend raising a pig with 3 others. Yes. That's awesome.
There are lots of ways to go about raising pigs, and pigs are an amazing animal.
Yes.
I think that
pigs and chickens.
I think you need to, if you get the opportunity, do both. Pigs and beef.
Yeah. If you have the opportunity.
Yeah, if you have the opportunity. If I had a good couple acre pasture fence, I think I'd raise and fatten if I was doing for production, for my personal use.
Yeah.
I think I'd raise and fatten a cow probably every 2 or 3 years.
Yes.
And do pigs in between. And that beef, you won't eat it every day, and it'll go quite a ways in your freezer.
So Simple Grower had 2 chickens die from the extreme heat last week. So Simple Grower, a trick that might help your chickens with the heat. When it's super hot, we throw out frozen liver. Like we keep the liver when we have when we process our animals, and whether we processed them or we have them processed, we keep the liver, and then we throw out that chunk of frozen liver, and that cold helps them. The other thing you can also do is they got to have shade and they got to have a breeze. So if the wind's down, you can put a fan on them. I know that's difficult to do. And sometimes it's survival of the fittest. Unfortunately, you do what you can do. You can also put frozen bottles, pop bottles, milk jugs out there and they can get up against them and cool down a little bit too.
Biggest thing is make sure they have shade and water.
And water.
Don't let a chicken go without water.
Yeah. But sometimes, you know, even we as humans.
Drops, I like bacon too, and I like beef too, and I like chicken too. And I even eat some fish.
Yeah.
We were going to film me skinning some catfish I caught the other day, and the wind blew the camera over, and it's pretty well done. So we didn't get that video.
Oh, good.
113.
Ooh. Drop said he gave them lots of cooled chard, and ran a sprinkler that misted so that the wind would moisten them and cover the entire top of the coop with tarps and lots of cold water. Yeah.
Shade and water.
And to be honest, in that heat, with especially from it coming, if it come on quick and they didn't have time to acclimate, frozen liver, frozen fruit, anything you can do that's cold. Yeah, fans and ice. No mister. Yeah. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I know that's Simple Grower. And they're just like us. Whenever we go, we're under extreme stress. Some of us' hearts just aren't as strong, and unfortunate, and it's unfortunate. And thank you for doing your best. You did your best, and there's no guilt there, and no guilt here. Please don't hear any guilt from us or condemnation. We know you did your best for your animals.
And that's the thing, guys, in our videos or our chats, everybody thinks they know the answer.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, nobody was there but you. So you did what you thought was right, and it worked the way it worked. And we've had some things go south, too, that we thought we had the answer to. And Cindy and I have been around this this way of life for a long time.
Our whole
sometimes.
Lives, no matter what. Sometimes, no matter what you do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do we have a moderator in here?
Which one?
We're not doing politics on this channel.
Where we
We're
at?
just not.
Oh, yeah. I can take care of it.
Okay.
I don't have a mod on. Everybody's gone.
Okay,
we're busy. Oop. Sorry, guys. Okay. There we go.
If you want to talk politics with me, you sit on my tailgate. That's the way I talk politics. So
60 the week before, and then 112. Yes, Simple Grower.
That's rough.
And it's hard on them, and you did your best.
And especially if you have older birds.
Yeah.
It's just hard on them.
Oh, good, Simple Grower. Good. Thank you. I'm glad. Yeah.
Utility room. Yeah. Yeah, we. good job, Simple Grower.
Good job, Simple Grower. Jesus loves you, and we do too. That's my response to that. Yeah. But anyway, yes. We're not playing cards today. Anyway, totally threw me off. Whoop. We're gonna have to start over. Yes, Jesus is my life and Savior. Praise God. Yes, Simple Grower. Yes.
We are.
We
sitting
are
here in our church building.
We are in our church building because we don't have internet at home. All I have is data I get on my phone, and we're not in a good spot to receive. And we live in a metal home, so that doesn't help any either.
Which pest you dislike? Yeah,
yes, that's right, Drops. That's right, because we're not here to fight with nobody.
Yeah.
Nope.
I have political opinions.
Yeah, everybody does.
They would probably surprise a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
They are. I'm just going to tell you right now, not a Republican, not a Democrat. But guys, this isn't the place for it.
Ed says he'll whack a troll.
Okay.
Okay, Ed, we'll fix you up here, buddy. All right. Oh, I hit the button.
And Cindy got that took care of.
Yeah, I did. Thank you.
And if you support a candidate, it's okay.
Yeah.
I don't have anything wrong with that. And but I just don't want to make this that.
Okay, I hope I got it done, Ed. Yep, I got it done. Okay.
Now, Ed, when you
let's
start
talk.
trolling, who are we going to have whack you?
I guess I got to whack him myself. Yeah. Yes. Let's talk farmy stuff. Yes. So swimming pool is up and going. I'm going to have that video out, and I'm going to have a little short on it as well. I have a short that just went up today. I didn't get it finished editing, but it is live on the thank you, Simple Grower. We try to be happy. Well, our joy is in Jesus, not in ourselves or our circumstances. And even when it was really hard, because I've learned something over the years. Every time I think I have put my identity in Christ, I find out I haven't. That there's one part of my identity that I've put or put value on myself or as my identity. Like canner. I put just I've been a canner for and I just so, and I get to actually, those of you who are in the Ozarks, homesteading, look that up for you guys super quick, and put a link up to that as well. So I'll be teaching the canning class, and I'll get that link up. Gary, take over and talk for me.
Captain Pat and I would probably agree with you, but we're not going to talk about even that. Yep. It's important. Self, so you can be wholly open to loving God.
Yep. Yeah.
I think it starts with knowing that you're loved.
Yes. Yeah.
Not by yourself, by somebody higher than you whose opinion really matters. We need to understand that Jesus. We won't talk politics, but we'll definitely talk about Jesus here. I'm going to tell you that. And we can discuss any of that. But Jesus loves you enough, he died for you. That makes you valuable. If the God of creation, John says there was nothing made that wasn't made through him. If he would come, leave heaven, live on this earth, and die for you, you are valuable. You are important. And the Bible says that he did die for you. For God so loved the world that he gave his only son, that whoever believes in him will not perish but have everlasting life. Jesus did that for you. Starts there. And you need to understand that you are valuable, and that can be called self-love. And then you need to, that needs to dwell in you enough that you're returning that to God, that you're loving him for that. And, that's part of trusting him as Lord. And that's part of the being born again thing that Jesus talks to Nicodemus about.
Yes, he has forgiven all of us that have asked him to. He's forgiven all of our sins. And as humans, we'll always be sinners till we die, till he makes us perfect. Yep.
And if we're comparing sin piles, mine's probably better than some of y'all. But that's not the deal. We still got the same Savior. So.
Praise God. Yes. Yep. Yeah. August 27th and 28th at Marshfield, Missouri, for you Ozarks folks, is the Ozarks Homesteading Conference, and I will be speaking on the Friday the 27th at 9. Actually, I'm doing a canning class. Is what I'm doing. So
is it west of Springfield? Is that where Marshfield is?
East of Springfield. East of Springfield. Yep.
So join us there. We'd love to see all y'all there. Love to see y'all. And Cindy's going to work, and I'm just going to hang out and talk and video.
He's going to look pretty. He's probably going to go to the other workshops because there's a workshop at the same time as mine that he probably wants to go to.
Is Will Dobkins going to be there?
I don't know.
She said she'd have a hard time communicating with Will this time, that he's been busy.
Yes, he's been fairly busy. Let me see if I can find the schedule. So I put the link there to the Facebook page, and for the Ozark Homesteading Conference. If you are in our area, Ozarks, here it is. Foraging in the Ozarks.
Oh, cool.
And is at the same time.
Who's teaching that?
Arthur Bo Brown.
Okay.
Author. Sorry.
Bo Brown.
Bo Brown. Yep. And then, yeah, there's amazing. Like there's animal husbandry. There you go.
Drops. See you later.
See you, drops. God bless you. Foraging in the Ozarks. All about chickens, goat cheese. Homesteading for seniors. Natural beekeeping. That's with Dr. Leo Shoshenkin. I never say his right.
Yes.
Shoshenkin.
If you guys, I hope you guys can make it to the Ozark Homesteading Expo in August. When?
August 27th and 28th.
August 28th. Mm-hmm. There's an amazing speaker on canning there. And
at 3 on Friday, they're going to do hog butchering.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
They're even going to have an intro to ham radio.
Cool.
Yeah. And then Saturday's going to be bread making, Dexter cattle, homestead solar, fermenting basics. Oh, Joyce Morris is teaching the fermenting basics.
Yep.
Natural
beekeeping. She said she was speaking.
Natural beekeeping again with Dr. Leo Shoshenkin.
Guys, if you want to learn about bees, he's the guy to learn from.
Rotational grazing with South Pole cattle, heritage pigs, and more. VW.
Oh, yeah, I knew that.
It's Ben and Andrea.
Ben and Andrea. Yeah, that's cool.
And then elderberries with Tim Durham. Planting your homestead orchard, Stark Brothers. That might be interesting. Meat rabbit processing.
August
27th and 28th.
August 27th and 28th.
So Friday and Saturday.
Missouri.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Tapping maple trees.
There are links on our channel. The Ozark Homesteading Expo.
Yep. And Kevin and Sarah Living Traditions Homestead. Homeschooling with Carrie Rogers and Families for Home Education.
Oh, I know who Carrie Rogers is. Mm-hmm. She spoke at that last year.
Yes,
her and her husband started their homestead and living in a camper.
Yep. Yes. Permaculture principles and design for planning your homestead, which we've already started ours, and it's not very permaculture friendly. Mushroom foraging and poultry processing on Saturday at 3:30.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wish you could come to.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I know that might be a drive for you, but
they're not doing the shindig this year. Oh, this shindig. Yeah, I'm sorry.
August 27th and 28th.
Yes,
right?
August 27th and 28th.
Marshfield, Missouri, which is east of Springfield.
Sorry, Simple Grower. VW Family Farms, they do a shindig in the spring usually.
They haven't.
But they haven't the last 2 years because of the pandemic. So anyway, we can't say the C word wrong.
Oh, okay. Because of the pandemic.
No politics.
No politics.
Behave yourself. Guys, what am I going to do with him? He can't even stick to his own rules. Gosh. That's the way it goes, isn't it? People that make the rules never stick to them. Shame on him.
I saw that happen at camp.
Oh. Yeah, your brother.
Yes.
Your brother.
We go to a teach at a horse camp. My brother sets the rule. Can't rope each other. Guess who the first person to rope somebody always is?
Always. It's always Cowboy Joe. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. We may just spend more time with family this year. I don't know how much we act like we're going to have all this extra time.
No.
And we haven't we hadn't worked in the garden, and the first week I like watered like mad till I found out I wasn't doing any good.
Yeah.
And then I stopped.
And we quit.
And we quit.
Still going crazy.
And we're still going crazy. And
we
we're
haven't
not even
mowed our yard.
Nope.
I mean, we've mowed part of it a little bit this summer. We really hadn't mowed our yard this summer. We've got hogs that need cut and moved.
Yep.
We've got lots of work to do.
Fences,
I can work 65 hours a week if I want to on jobs, paying jobs.
What's wrong with roping people?
Nothing if you kind of pay attention to what you're doing, you're being careful. But when 12-year-old boys start roping each other, it's usually not careful.
No. This year, Miss Cindy got on to a group of boys. for the whole wetting their bandanas and popping each other where it hurts the most. Them something about them 14-year-old boys, man. They drive me crazy. Make all the kids bored naked. But anyway.
It's the one that can break them. Yeah, I try not to do that. It happens sometimes, but I try.
Oh, goodness. Well, we are at an hour, and I think that His Way is going to be live today. We'll check.
I haven't heard them.
I haven't heard from
Hope
Doug
y'all
and
have
Shelley.
a good Independence Day. Hope you eat some good food. Remember the sacrifices that have been made. Hope you remember the sacrifice that has been made to give you true freedom, and that was Jesus' death, burial, and resurrection.
Yes. I don't see whether or not they're going live tonight or not.
And we do love this country, and we love the First Amendment, freedom of religion.
Yes.
And that also gives us the free speech.
Freedom of speech, yep.
Yeah, just not in my comment section.
Well, obviously not on YouTube either. God bless, Simple Grower. Thank you. Thank you, Barb. And God bless y'all. And we will see you in the videos this week. And hopefully we will see you next week at 5 o'clock Central Standard Time for our live. Thank y'all and have a blessed day.
Remember that God made you special and He loves you very much.